Music like the moon passing through our face. Time will come for another change. Brand new sun will shine its rays. World will turn and begin to learn. Sound so different, its roots in Pacific. Deep in the night, turn on the light. Pacific light. Light of the Pacific.
Brought to find it shines.
Light of the Pacific.
Coming time, warp is time.
Light of the Pacific.
Not just passing by.
Light of the Pacific.
No surprise, wonder why.
Light of the Pacific.
In the sky, so high.
Light of the Pacific. Across the Caribbean blows Pacific breeze. And now be seeing how it used to feel. It was before Earth's opening doors. South Sea shores cannot be ignored. Pacific islands kept in silence. Sound so different, its roots in Pacific. Deep in the night, come turn on the light. Pacific light. Light of the Pacific.
Brought to find it shines.
Light of the Pacific.
Coming time, warp is time.
Light of the Pacific.
Not just passing by.
Light of the Pacific.
No surprise, wonder why.
Light of the Pacific.
In the sky, so high.
Light of the Pacific. You know there's different days and different ways. Music like the moon passing through our face. Time will come for another change. Brand new sun will shine its rays. World will turn and begin to learn. Sound so different, its roots in Pacific. Deep in the night, turn on the light. Pacific light. Light of the Pacific.
Brought to find with shine.
Light of the Pacific.
Coming time, warp is time.
Light of the Pacific.
Not just passing by.
Light of the Pacific.
No surprise, wonder why.
Light of the Pacific.
In the sky, so high.
Light of the Pacific.
No surprise, wonder why.
Light of the Pacific.
Kia ora koutou. We still have some seats up the front if you could fill those first. People that are standing, please come and fill the front seats. Thank you.
Kia ora tātou once again. So there's about 20 chairs over here. For anyone standing down there, come up, you're all good looking, come on. Over here, there's chairs. So once you're seated, we can get into things. Haramai. So we're going to get our whanaunga, Dale, to be our MC. Just giving him the job. He's good at that. So for those of you that you should know Dale on radio, for those of you that don't know him, he's very close to our family. His grandmother Phyllis and Uncle Steve Watene, was a member of Parliament, but Dale didn't make it there. But anyway, here we go. So koina tana whanaungatanga kia tātou katoa. Haere mai ngā mea ruruhi, ngā mea kaumatu, haere mai ki kone ki hoki ngā tūru e tatarian. In Japanese, that means come to the seats over here. There's plenty more. Any of you standing? There's seats up here, look. On the third and fourth row, there's about 20 of them. Come on. You get a sore bum standing up. Haere mai. If you haven't got a program, ask someone for one. And we're going according to program. So don't anyone just stand up and think they're going to speak. I've got an iron stick. A walking stick, that is. So these ugly men up the front there. Heia hara tērā. It's only the police there after me. That one is Ted walking in the house, my nephew. There's Morihu. And then my cousin Joe's son over here, Taiaha. Hey? Yeah, all right. Fill up the chairs, please. We won't start till people have come and filled them up.
that you'll be with me till the end of time. You said to me, let's walk on. Midnight has stood my mind. I know that you'll always be mine, and I will love you till the end of time. You were always on my mind, and I will love you all the time. Say that you'll always be mine. Say you love me all the time. A face so true, I can't help but love you. Look so sweet whenever we meet. Come sit with me upon the sandy shore and watch the waves rolling as the day goes on.
Kia ora tātou. Very shortly, next couple of minutes, we'll ring the bell and signifies that we're going to have karakia. Last night, you'd be surprised, there was no bloody guitar here. So if one of you has got a guitar in your car, doesn't matter how flash or ugly it is, bring it over, please. Don't all run. But anyway, mena he kita hoki tā koutou, me haria mai ki konei. Kaore he raru raru. Ka pai, ka pai.
Oh, sorry, there's karaoke. There's karaoke. Oh, sorry.
We just need to know if you can hear us right down the back. Hands up if you can hear us. No one's got their hand up. Koi. Okay, but can you hear us at the back? No, well, that's no good. Can we turn... Hello, hello. Can you turn this up or what? No? Okay, here comes the boss. Make way, make way. Talofa, bro. Marlo. Hello, can you hear us down the back? Sweet. Echo, echo, echo. Kariko na he echo. Is that you, Tainui? Yes, hello. Can I have your gold teeth, please? Your nifu kola. Good. Yeah. I'll hold it for you. Oh,
Hey,
you.
John, everyone. How about we start off with a round of applause for the brother? He's been so magnificent. I feel very honoured and privileged to be asked to MC and acknowledge what he means to all of us, what he means to millions of people across the world who follow the work of Herbs, how fitting it is that we bid the brother farewell right here in these lands of resistance. Ihumato, Orake, and today we celebrate G.I. Tanga. What a magnificent life he has led, and it's evidenced by the aroha that you're displayed by being here today. Ko deo tēnei. I'm very honoured to share aspects of our whānau connections with Dilworth, and of course to the whānau pani. Well, it just goes without saying how much we adored your papa, what he means to us all, and he'd be the proudest man ever to see us all gathered here today, and the many people who can't be here today. So my role as MC, I guess, is to just link together what we have here, and so that we send Dilworth off with the fitting tributes that he deserves. You know, he's a larger-than-life man with a beautiful story to share with us all, and each one of us take in our hearts something from him that we will carry into the future. I'd like to acknowledge our pai here. Look at these handsome old dudes. Let's you know? But, you know, it's very, very special. For those of you who are with us via live stream, just know that the sun is shining in Tamaki Makaurau, the wind is blowing, and all of the aroha that is generated by us all is being swirling around us as we speak here today, and it is a great privilege and pleasure to be here. E te rangatira, moi mai rā e Dil, haere atu rā, haere atu rā. We'll take him to Whatapaka later, but today I just want to pay tribute to Makaurau and the people of Makaurau, to the people of Orake, the people of Tamaki Makaurau and wider Aotearoa, and for the many, many people who've been influenced by the work that this rangatira has done to shed the words of peace, to shed the words of nuclear-free attitudes, to shed the words of the pride that we feel as tangata whenua, to welcome those of other cultures who are on the journey with us all. And this man can stand proud and will ever be held in great regard for his contribution to the way that we see ourselves and the futures that we demand for our mokopuna. So, moi mai, today's not a day of grief. Today is a day of celebration. Today is a day where we can all take something strong in our kite and go forward. Not the least of the beautiful kupu in the words and the waiata of this fantastic band Herbs. I've never been able to find out why they called themselves Herbs. Sage. Oh, the sage wisdom among the members. A mihi to our Herbs whānau. I see te arapa there. Hey brother, the film you made was an appropriate film, made at the right time to acknowledge the taonga that is this band of brothers. And for those surviving members of Herbs, we mihi to you, having witnessed you passing aroha to our brothers as they depart. And now, Dilworth goes to the Carlaw Park in the sky, where there is indeed many guitars, 10 guitars and more. Thank you, gangsters, for agreeing with us today. It's just, I'm in awe of who's here today, including the boys who are smoking up the tyres out the back and reference it out on the titter. You like that? Yeah, I guess we do too. Thank you for coming along today. We'll follow through the order. As you can see, our rangatira are going to do their mihi and welcomes. My job is to just bring people on, thank them. And also I've got some personal kōrero I'd like to share from our whānau too, because I used to go around to Dilworth's place when we were kids in the family affair. And we used to go and, the mum and dad liked to drink, and they'd go around to the whānau house in GI with the guitars, kajinga-janging, and people were having a good time. And we'll recall some of those great personalities of yesteryear as we move through the service here today. But my chief, kero i o mana ki tanga, kaupapa whakanui, whakamana, ngai Māori kaupapa, moi mai rā. I'd like to introduce to you, for those who haven't met Te Wārena, he too is a larger-than-life character. He's going to open with a mihi whakatau, then a karakia timatanga, then some kōrero from the fams, and then some reflections, and then we're all going to sing in herd style. So get your voices ready. They're a hard ropu to match, but we'll do our very best. Tēnā koutou at te whānau. Thank you for being here today for Dilworth. Farewell from Makaurau, from Tamaki Makaurau, before we take him back to the resting place of his tūpuna. Tēnā koutou, ngā mihi.
Kapai, thank you, Dale. Could you all hear him down there? No.
Come closer.
Well, my mouth's not as big as his. Maybe I'll come over there.
Ladies and gentlemen, and for the millions of Dilworth Karaka fans worldwide, can you hear us at the back now? Kei te pai, ngā mihi. Mai kei te pai.
Come over here, it's too much noise. Te hei Māori ora. Ako te mea tuatahi kia wehi ki ai hua ko era hoki te tīmatanga. Te whakamutunga a mea katoa korore ki tana ingotak. Tuarua e tika ana me mihe turaki tō tātou kuini. E noho mai rā i runga i te torona tapu o na tūpuna mātua. Rātou ko ngā kiingi apo, ngā tūpuna po. Rātou ko whetūrangi tia, ko hoki atu rā ki tō o te ārai. Ki te huinga o te kahurangi ki te moe, e awai o rātou nei moe, e moe roto tuni roto ngā ringani o te atu. No reira, rātou te hunga wairua ki a rātou, kia hoki mai ki te kano hiora, kia koutou ki a tātou, e ora nei, ngā mahuetanga o rātou mā, kua te tū mai nei, ki te whakanui i tēnei rā, tino nui, mōna, mō Dilworth. No reira, tēnei te mihe tu rā ki a koutou katoa. Ahakoa i tai mai koutou i runga i o koutou waka. Ahakoa mātou i tai mai i runga i o mātou waka ko mātou katoa ina tai mai ki konei. Ka tahi ka kitea ko tātou katoa i roto i te kotahitanga Māwai mōna a Dilworth. No reira, haere mai. Haere mai te iti, haere mai te rahi, haere mai te nui. Haere mai koutou ki mua ki tō tātou whare tupuna e tū nei a makaurau. Haere mai. Haere mai i roto i ngā maharatanga e roto i a koutou. Ngā tau maha mōna me tana whānau hoki. No reira, ka rea ko tangi mōna e hoki ana ia ki te atua. Engari ko tana whānau o te whānau pani tēnei. I know my pai here, all these fellas sitting in front here, every single one of them except for my nephew here, Lance, Taiaha, is the only one that's not a gold card holder. The rest of them are. Be nice to them. So, my name's Te Wārena. My relationship, I've heard people asking, who the hell's he? Well, I'll tell you. So, my name's Te Wārena. On their mother's side, it makes us first cousins with Dilworth. On their father's side, that's a different story. He's my cousin. Because their father, Johnny's grandmother, Paritu Taranui, and my grandfather, Hauwhenua, were brother and sister. But we're cousins. That's how we live. That's how we're brought up. And we're very close and tight, as Dale said. So I want to welcome everyone here today. It doesn't matter who you are, because when we come here, we're all the same. We're all one. It's nice to see everyone that's here, and I'm glad there's a guitar here today. We're going to follow very strictly the program that was sought out by Trudy and by Tame, putting it all together. So don't anyone just jump up and stand and think you've got it right. The right was yesterday and all the other days you had plenty of time to come here and do it. So, and then, as you've been told, with Dilworth and being brought up at Orake as well, because their great-grandmother, Paretu Tanganui, was the kai karanga at the old marae down the bottom. I also was brought up at Orake, and that's on our Ngāti Whātua side. So it's good to see my cousins here, Alec and Tamaki, Koutou Katoa Pori. I was telling them this morning, there was only 3 women up at Orake, old women, when we were kids, that we were frightened of. That was Tamaki Situruna, that was Auntie Maud, Auntie Diddy, and Auntie Bubby, because they take no shit, those women. They really were tough buggers. And, but it's nice to see our whānau from Orake here. Nō reira, haere mai koutou. What's next on this there? Tell me, oh, he wai. Amai. Here comes the Yandel sisters, the last of them. Jandal sisters, sorry. Have a seat. That song, she would have to start it because I composed that song 45 years ago. And the funny thing about it is I went to another tangi and I sung it and someone came up to me and says, oh, that's not how that song goes. I said, really? Oh, that's nice. Well, maybe you can teach me and tell me about it. But there we go. Inside that song, it talks about our tupuna, whether you come from Morake, whether you come from Pukaki, whether you come from Ihumātao nei, we all connect through those ancestors mentioned in that song. I want to tell you about Dilworth because some of the whānau thought, why is he being brought back to Ihumātao? Well, when they brought him in, the first thing they saw was his father's photo in there. Then his father's grandmother. Then his father's grandmother's auntie, Hinganoho, all those ones we remember. She was an old lady that was an auntie to Dilworth's great grandfather. And she was 113 when we were about 7 when she died. So all his ancestors on this side are hanging up inside here. That's the reason he came back here. So whether it was Orake, whether it's Pukaki, whether it's here, we are pretty much one and the same. Nō reira, tēnā rā koutou katoa. Okay. He said he's going to whakatangi te pere. It means ring the bell. And you're going to take his hat off when he does it. Kia ora. So the bell signifies that we're about to do the karakia, and it tells us to bring our hearts together as one. And Tame is going to lead the first karakia and will be handed over to our cousin. Ai, kei kone hoki ia, Martin. Hei hari I ngā whawha tō tātou karakia, te pai marire. Nō reira, tēnā rā koutou katoa.
Kia ora tātai, kia ino I tātai. E hono re kororia ki te atu, he maunga rongo ki te whenua, he whakaaro pai ki ngā tangata katoa āmini. E te atua ka harawa, o I nei hoki mātai ni ati ka koe, Whakamoi me titia whakawhetai atu ki toi ngā tapu a koe noho nei rā I te toi o ngā rau. Te tiro whakararo ki runa ono ki a mātau e whakapono nui nei ki a koe. O tira ki tōta mai tina ono ki ho mai hia ki a mātau hei kai whakaora I te wairua, hei kai whakaora I te tina. E pā e te atua, whakatata mai rā koe ki a mātau. Koe nei mātau o pononga tāne, pononga wahine, e tuku whakamoimiti nei ki a koe. Ia whakaurua anō hoki tō wairua tapu kina ki tēnei hui huinga o tāta. E pā e te ari ki koe nei hoki mātai nea ti kia koe kia whiua katotia ko tō koro ai ata whaikina ki tō mātau koe ni Māori. I aia nei, e noho nei rai runga I tā hurewa tapu mahuia mai wana mātua wana tupu. E te toko toru tapu, e te matu, e te tama, e te wairua tapu. Koe nei mātau katotia, tuku katotia mātau kia koe. Ia whakarite anō hoki koe I tētahi ara kai mua I a tātou hei takahitanga mā mātou. O koe hoki tō mātou kai arahi. Gloria ki tō ingoa tāpū. Amen.
Someone come play the guitar. Kamangako Māori, can someone play it? Come on. No, we'll start it from here. You need to bring that out here a bit. Don't scratch it. Is that too high? That's too high.
Stefano, thank you. Beautiful waiata, wonderful to be together. Great guy, and a beautiful send-off. Thank you to Te Wārena for reminding us of the connection between the marae and our cousin Dilworth, and mindful that while we recall him as a great musician and from a very prominent band, sometimes we think of people for the work they do and not the way they carry themselves. So I'd like you to be mindful too that he's a proud man, a proud dad, a proud grandfather. And all of these beautiful traits that he carried as a guy are the hallmark of his life. Music, yes, and he was a wonderful and talented musician alongside his band mates and brothers, but he was a brother. And so in acknowledging that, I'd like to ask Cousin Emily if you might come up and speak first up. We're going to open the floor to our whānau, siblings, tamariki, and mokopuna. I'd like to bring the mic over, sis, but I don't think it's going to reach there. So come on over. A lot of Emily's beautiful artworks were inspired by her brother's colourful personality. Hey, sister, tēnā koe. Ngā mihi nui kia koe. Kia ora.
Puki tāpapa te maunga, hape te tangata, te ahi waru, e mana whenua. Tēnā rā koutou. My name's Emily. Dilworth was named, I'm named after our grandmother. Dilworth was named after our grandfather, Dilworth. So we retired from retirement way back. Aye. Yes. Okay. So when I was asked to speak on behalf of the whānau, I obviously had to think back quite a way. So I go back to Edale Street. We were brought up with our grandparents above the fish and chip shop. Then I go back to Karaka at the farm, where we were raised on the dirt floor with sack walls and tin teacups. But we fished off kaimoana and we had big gardens. Oh. Okay. Sorry, I'm just getting a bit frail myself. Right. Okay. So, of course, we lived off the land, as we did. And then they had the housing homes where they displaced us from our kindness into the cities to build the city of Tāmaki Makaurau. So, of course, we are the young whānau's of the Māori Affairs homes. Our home is still there in Maybury Street, or was still there, when Mum passed. The Tongan church bought the whenua. It was too hard for us to have it. When we came here yesterday, we went past Rowena Crescent, and I just looked back on the days where Dill was playing Steely Dan. You know, the sound that he sharpened as a guitarist. I mean, when you get people like Eric Clapton say he was number 5 in the world, when you get people like Joe Walsh be honoured to live with him, our brother was a maestro supreme when it comes to the guitar. And as you know, inside the wharenui here is our father with his guitar. So yeah, that's our bloodline. Uncle Ricky May, the whānau, came in last night to play. Dawes went over to represent Ricky May's whānau when he had a state funeral in Australia. So he's been around the world. I've actually got to travel with him to San Diego for Te Wakatoi, an exhibition. They asked me to go, and I said, well, I'm not going without my brother. I'd never travelled overseas. And he said, well, I'm not going without Chaz. So they got 3 in 1 package to go with Te Wakatoi. But it was actually because they were with me that the America's Cup team heard that they were in town, so they could open the doors. It wasn't because of our art, it was because Chaz and Dill, because they wanted them to play the night before the big race, because they were so broken-hearted. So, of course, when the boys hit the stage, I was backstage looking after them, and you hear them, da-da-da-da, we're one brotherhood. Well, Team New Zealand just all burst out tangi. I've never seen those men tangi like they tangi. And partied, of course, like they partied. But that's St Patrick's, that's our... And it was great to be there on St Patrick's Day. It was actually really cool to be with the brothers on St Patrick's Day with the boat, Team New Zealand. So with my brother, I've experienced some pretty amazing things. His friends, UB40, become my close friends. I was meant to do one of their albums, but then they split album covers. But I got to go backstage with all the gigs. And of course didn't know which one of the men I liked best, whether it was Ali Campbell or Mickey Virtue. Well, Ali Campbell invited me to go to Tahiti with him. And when I didn't, Dill turned up at my door. What the hell are you doing home here, sis? I said, brother, I've got children. I can't just go because he asked me to go. You know, so we had spent so many intimate moments, some incredible moments that I would never have shared with anyone. And when I've had partners that weren't good enough for me, he kicked them out. He had the right to kick them out, and he did so. When his relationships broke down, he lived with me. We were two artists living together. That's how it was. And so I'm happy to say we both have really succeeded in our fields. And he was so proud. Chaz said, "Cuz, your art belongs to the world." I never got to tell Dill that it hit the trifecta I had, to be honest. I had a show 2 years ago in Saja, our Queenie. Went to the place to see my work in Saja. So, you know, it's gone full circle. That's our whakapapa, the kingitanga. With Mita Karaka, that's our whakapapa. And brother always knew that. He always knew he was a kingite. He was the original foot soldier in this country when it comes to music. I know that. So I'd like you all to celebrate today. Remember that when we take him home, when we take him to his son. Please celebrate with me the roi mata of his tupuna. Ne? Kia ora.
Thank you, Emily. I know that you might not have been able to hear so well at the back there, but I think as a sister, you know too that, you know, her corridor travels almost like a vibration. You might not have heard the words, but you get the feeling. I love from a sister to a brother. That's if brothers are good. If brothers aren't good, they don't get that. And so the aroha there from Emily to her bro is what we celebrate here today. And thanks, Emily, too. While we're sad at losing Dilworth, we are so glad that we got to know the guy and had him as part of our lives. So, mihi ana kia koe. The floor's open for our whānau. We're going to invite siblings, daughters to speak. Good to see you, Alistair. Ka roha, Alistair. Trude, any of you guys, this is your day. This is your papa.
Thank you, Dale. Goodbye. Woo! Thank you, everyone, for coming today. Kia ora. We're so lucky with Dad because of the music. So much has been talked and written about his life and will remain in New Zealand history. So I'm going to give thanks and share some moments in time and respond to some things I heard this week. We started up at Orakai. He mihi nui to everybody up there. Dad loved your people and you loved him right back and showed him how much over this week. At church 2 nights ago, Mātua Otene talked about the song, The Letter to France. I don't think you realised the reason why it wasn't French letter is because French letter is slang in English for a condom. Now, never you, I know about it. I'm talking about this also because a few manuhiri come up the hill. This couple sat through the pōwhiri, knelt with Dad, went around and kissed everyone. I said, "Where do I know you from?" She said, "France." I later found out that they were tourists who were out the front of the marae taking in the view and accidentally joined us. Tēnā koe taiaha for your 222 story, 222. Dad was one of the special people in that number who were arrested that day. Thank you, Orakai. The place where we had an Uncle Cabbage, the doc ate locusts, and the long drop moved every week. Life was fun. Uncle Al, Uncle Toira, he mihi nui. And a huge mihi to Whātāpaka and Makaurau, Ngai Tai ki Tāmaki. Even though we're pretty new faces around here, you make us feel wanted and welcome and made us feel like we belong. We are so humbled and grateful. You make us proud to be Māori. Your guidance and protection as we walk through Te Ao Māori with Dad is so appreciated. Because you know we are urban, we're city slickers. Uncle Ted, Te Warana, Auntie Mero and Auntie Helen The karakia, karanga and waiata have soothed our souls. And this is the power that music has. I can remember being a little kid, saged out in the V-dub van, listening to one of the Ponsonby Tongers saying Islanders and Māoris didn't always like each other. The government had put us against one another, lazy Māori and Islanders taking their jobs. But he said when Herb started playing up the glue pot, we became one again. And Dad gave us a love for different music. We have an appreciation of rock, Steely Dan, Doobie Brothers, and the Average White Band. Alistair was about 5 years old when he went to his first concert in the 1970s. It was Peter Frampton, and we remember him being on Dad's shoulders all night with this loud-ass music. Then we got the soul and the skill, Earth, Wind and Fire, the Johnson Brothers, Benson and Clur. After that came the reggae. Yes, he met with the man Bob, but we gained a love for Black Slate, Bakuhuru and Third World. We will miss the chur doi and the whistle that the Hill, Ponsonby and Hoods adopted. Can I hear the whistle? The whistle was actually from the wharfies. It was a warning. If you were up to something dodgy, the lookout would do that, warn you that somebody official was coming. Be quick. We shared our dad proudly with our Greyland Central community. A lot of our friends didn't have dads or kaumatua, and he was it. The Dohertys, McGlynn's, Duffys, Skeens, Luamanu, Nikoras, Juries, Rini, Alberts, Ngāwaka. Just quickly, a huge shout out to the Ringawera, Pare McIntyre's kids, who've been working over there for the past 2 days, and my beautiful friends' sisters, and tēnā koe rewi. As for my siblings, we had different relationships with Dad, but the same love. Alistair was his mate. They're the same, in a good way and a naughty way. They didn't need to speak with words so much to understand each other. It could be a nod or a stare, sometimes a glare. Taina was the daughter he would do a double take for and check in if he was in line. She was the only one to walk down the aisle, she reminds me. Hey, just quickly, my cousin said that there are some hot guys here today. I'm single and available as advertised up in Orakai. Very important, no husbands, please. Husbands. Taina had his respect, and especially in the way she had raised her sons, Waka and Mita. He was also super proud of Alistair's daughter, Phoenix, with her accomplishments in sport and her accomplishments as a mother of two, Palmer and Pippin. He named my son Tainui, and even though he was a naughty moko for a while, Dad would always say what a beautiful young man he is. Then we have little Liz, could do no wrong. She was his second baby girl, and he and her mum, Dad and her mum Jude, helped raise his little sidekick Leo, and he adored little Mila Rose. Most of you know us, Thomas. We lost our brother. He was his baby boy. Losing him broke Dad, but I am so happy they'll be together again. And his doys, Fred Faliauto, Carl Perkins, Tama Righty, Tama Lefty, and Charlie Tumahai. Ko Trudy Aho te mātua, born on his 21st birthday. Here come these two again, the 22nd of June. I'm the chef, the cleaner, the masseuse, the driver, the shopper, the co-food reviewer and confidant. Not going to lie, we argued, usually about who was paying for stuff and the lotto ticket. I will miss those 5 a.m. calls to ask if I can take him shopping after work. Hoha, but an absolute privilege. There are a lot of hard things Dad dealt with in his life, but he rose above. He worked tirelessly, not just for our people's rights, land and sea, but for all peoples, whether it be in the Pacific, with the letter to France, Africa, singing Azania, and recently he even joined in on the conversation in the Middle East. He was a freedom fighter. Regardless of being a showman on stage, he was actually a quiet man, a thinker, a good man, a gentle giant who was kind and humble. We are so thankful and proud to have heard these words over and over again this week. Dad didn't ask for much, and he didn't take anything for granted, whether it be walking, singing or living. Dad was gracious in what he was faced with last week. He set this up and he made things easy for us. Thank you, Dad. Keep your heart clean and your soul free.
Oh, Trudy, you really are something special, Trudy. Let's give a round of applause for that beautiful cordial. You know, just following on from that too, some of you might have seen images of Dilworth as a young man. I was lucky enough to interview him a number of times over the years on our radio program. One was when Willie Hona passed away, and just reflecting on Willie's contribution to the Herbs journey. The other was on the way that the band and Māori wrapped around Joe Walsh when he was going through some difficulties, and how we, as a people, helped him find his feet. And the other was an interview I did with Dill for a platform called E Tangata. And in that corridor, we were able to discuss different things, but he sent in a photo, and it was a photo of the Watersiders, or in fact the Maritime Club's rugby league squad. And I'm mindful that, you know, this is the 75th anniversary of the 51 lockout, and our families were intertwined in that. And there was a time in GI where it was illegal to support the families of those who were locked out of their place of employ. It's sometimes referred to as a strike, but it never was. It was a lockout. And my mum, who sends her regards, Auntie Maisie, who is very kind in a beautiful way with older people, Dilworth, she reminds us, as a young family living in Hay Road in Panmure, about how they had to slink around at night, the kids, to get loaves of bread or to get shoes. And so this beautiful relationship between the Wātene clan of Hay Road and, of course, the Karaka whānau from Whātāpaka is something we celebrate. And then, of course, his beautiful aunties, Gloria and Ramona, used to stay with Mum and Dad when they moved to Sydney. Mum's been in Sydney for 40 years. And so I'd just like to acknowledge Ricky May. And I know that wasn't a great rendition, but he was known as the senior scat vocalist in the jazz scene in Australia, and he was given a hero send-off as well. So, you know, the musical abilities of the bro shouldn't be understated. I too would like to acknowledge all the doys. I mean, it's almost like a secret code word with the boys shared cordial. And so, you know, Dilworth joins the other doys in the sky. Tui, Eddie Lowe, the names will come thick and fast, Bunny. And, you know, when we think back of the musical history of our country, these wonderful Māori contributions really make up the fabric of that musical backdrop to our lives. And many people that I've spoken with through the course of the week, not one has failed to recognise how important the work, the lyrics, the challenging attitude of the band with their promotion of the specific reggae, how important it has been as a vehicle of empowerment for others. And as we stand in a world that seems to be always battling issues, we're reminded that the power of music has the ability to transcend politics and generations. So we say thank you to all who've been part of the Herbs journey. By the by, he also should have been a Kiwi, and he should have been a Kiwi. He was on his way to be. And you imagine Dilworth propping a scrum with Manga Emery as his other propping partner. Manga Emery, for those of you who don't know, was one of our great sports people, Stacey Jones' grandfather. And he was a big, tough man. In fact, I'll never forget, because one day I was waiting patiently when Mum came back from Sydney. You know how you do. Oh, Mum's coming home, and I'm at the airport. And I could see her. She'd just come through the gates. And I'm standing there going, and she goes, Manga! Straight out into Manga Emery. So what I'm getting at is, you know, he had the ability to go all the way, except for the bloody mud in Carlaw Park where he twisted his leg, and 9 days later, the doc said, oh, we can't save it. And so our brother went on with life in the way that we all became accustomed to, and he was just, you know, really committed to music from then. And I too, Trudy, want to acknowledge your whānau up at Takaparawhau as we stand here at Umatao and are reminded that, you know, there's a legacy of resistance in the way that he carried himself. And of course, we were lucky enough to be at his, 70th birthday, I think it was, at Point Chev Rugby League Club. Was it 5 years ago? Yeah. Oh, it was his 60th, 15 years ago then. Something like that, eh? So, you know, we take our hat off to GI and the fabric of our communities, the knockabout characters that were part of life on the wharves, and the connection that we have with Dilworth celebrated in song. And, you know, we just give thanks as a whānau. Any of you guys want to, any of the mokos want to come up and say a couple of words? Yeah, and I'd like to acknowledge Edu Thompson. He used to live around the corner here. Those of you who remember Edu, give us a wave, please. Edu Thompson. He's an absolutely wonderful, wonderful man. You'd like to say a couple of words? Yeah. Thank you.
Kia ora mai tātou katoa, te whānau. Tēnā koe, my family, Karaka family. And e rungamate, haere dealt with. Kia ora. I'd just like to make a few reflections on knowing this great person. But firstly, I just want to mention Emily, how did Herbs get the name? Tony Panuzzi, Fred Palioto, and Spencer Pusi Malohi. We had a korero, and I was their road manager for a little while then. I didn't make the cut. But I don't remember, but it came up. And it came out because of the sacrament that the reggae community had for Herbs. Okay. And that was why Herbs, they named it Herbs. But it was because of that religious link between the reggae music and Herbs. So, and one of the first things Tony told me was get in touch with Zigzag because we want a sponsor. And so I don't know how it went, but I got in touch with Zigzag. Another thing that the Karaka family, just want to mention how special they are. You know, Dilworth used to be up the point. And my cousin Toira and myself and Dilworth had V-dubs. And in the middle of the night, the winter, we had the worst winters up there. And we were the only ones that could get on and off the point. And during that time, Truda and Dilworth brought his whole family. And they stuck together with us through the mud and the thing. And it's beautiful that he remembered, that he remembers the music that we had. He remembers the wise words that my brother Joe says. And because of that link, Emery, when Joanne died, Emery and Storm and Norman came up at the memorial, and up the memorial for Joanne, there's a special carving that he did. And he carved the carvings around Joanne's memorial, and they're still there. They're still standing. So a very special link. Our link with Makoto Marae goes way back, as our cousin says. We used to remember Auntie Maud and my mum And all the fires used to tell us, you treat this guy like he's the king. And Te Warana has always been so special to us. We got a few people in here in the audience tonight, but I just want to mention about Joe Walsh. You know, the Eagles management sent him away to clean up. They told him, you clean up, Joe. And so he came down, and the first people he saw was Herbs. Dennis O'Reilly, the other day, he came up and he got a special message from Joe, and Joe sends his aroha from Los Angeles, as a lot of other people have sent their aroha. And we just like to, just a few reflections on with the whānau, and so kia ora mai tātou katoa. And I'd like to, if you don't mind, I'm just going to call up all the Herbs, roadies and Big Z, and whoever you are, TA, if you're out in the audience tonight, come up and sing the Mass Anthem. Big Z, haere mai. Any Herbs, roadies or aficionados, please come up here. Middle. Te papa wairangi, taku ne mahi, e tu kuroi mata. Kama te ao, e hine hoki mai rā. Maku e ko te oi, oi tanga. Maku e ko te oi, kama te ao, e hine hoki mai rā. E hine hoki mai rā. E koro hoki mai rā.
Thanks, everyone. Just mindful of keeping somewhat to time, and I hope that many of you will take the trip out to Whātāpaki. You're most welcome. We've got our hakari here before that, but obviously a celebration of our friend, our dad, our cousin, and what he has meant to us. Very reassuring when Trudy said to me that he showed no fear of passing. You know, he felt that what he needed to do in this life had been achieved, and he's comfortable to let it drift out, surrounded by his peeps. And to our whānau who are gathered here and so warmly embracing Dilworth on the last part of his journey, he'll be a very proud man. Also, there is an expectation that comes now for the Warriors. He was a big Warriors fan, Dilworth. So tomorrow night at Canberra, perhaps if we can get the Warriors to play extra hard for him. He'd ring me up regularly to talk about the nephew, because Dallin's our nephew, so therefore all the nephs playing good, he said. And one thing I will warn you too, because the other day we were trying to work out, because there's talk of Warbrick coming to the Warriors, we were trying to work out how old Dallin was. So this is just a warning about using AI and not to completely trust it, because we're at home and went, Siri, how old is Dallin Watana-Zelezniak? And it came back and it says, Dylan Lani lesbian.
who I can tell is 23. But anyway, that's another story for another time. E te rangatira haere atu rā, haere atu rā. We've got our formalised karakia. You guys all comfortable with a send-off for our brother? We started off with a round of applause, and perhaps that's a nice way to wrap up this part of our kōrero. We can have some whakawhiti kōrero around the kai table as well, and no doubt at the urupa. But again, I'd like you to be generous and acknowledge a wonderful life well led and the wonderful legacy left to us all with 3 rousing cheers. 3 cheers for Dilworth Karaka. Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Get on your Dilworth. Thank you so much. Te whana, e noho. Mātere.
A tēnā tātou katoa. I mi tēnei ki a tātou ko tāmai ki te whakanui tō tātou rangatira. Nō reira mi ana ki koutou ko tāmai ki te whakatutuki i te kaupapotara. Tēnei wā ki a kapi e tēnei o tātou wāhanga e karaki mā tātou. Pai mārere. E honere korore ki tātua he maumoro ki te whenua he whakaaro pai ki ngā tangata katoa. Aro haina teina ki ngā tua kana me wehena ki tātua me whakahonere tia ki tō tātua kuini te arki nui ngā wai hona i tapo. E noho mai nā i runga tāware o tapu ana mātua na tupuna. Te kāo i ara ki whānui tonu pai mārara ki rātou. E pātā whea koe nei te rāwhata ki te ngowairua, rātau noho mai rāta waingaro, tiaki nei tiaka piki aia tāwhaki ki te rangi tu ngāhuru. Tēnei mātu tuku atu nei, i o māta whakamoimiti, whakawhatai, ahua te mā koutou ki te toi o ngā rangi ki o matua kore. Whakaorangi a mātou, e roto i o tātou māwiwitanga, anā ki te mai mātou roto ngā mai katoa, nau te kaha, na hoki te korori ma tōna tu rire pai mārere. Tō whakara māra ma taka mai e tātua tārki tō mātou kuini te kāwi araki. Ka tīnana e māwiwi te ana ke māta katoa te rā nei
Kia ora tātou. Well, on behalf of the whānau, we'd like to thank everyone that's taken part in this karakia for him. A mixed one, really neat. The songs, the whole lot. It's one of the best send-offs, Dilworth, appropriate just for you. Rightio, shortly we're going to call in people to come in for a kai. There's going to be 2 settings, so everyone's going to be taken care of. But firstly, you'll follow the bereaved family, and Trudy and co will come in, they'll be called in. Now, this has come from them, all right? So I'm going to be the Major General sitting at the end of the top table, and if your name's not here, you just carry on along and sit down on the other seat. So here's the people that have been asked to come on to the top table from Trudy and the family. There are Trudy, Alistair, Taina, and Liz. Got that, you guys? Very good. Cousin Emily, Josie, Hucky, and Penny. You fellas got that? Don't hold other people's hands and drag them to the table. Then I'll let you know as you come in who's the next ones on the table. So that's 4, that's 8, there's 14. I'm at the end of the table. Then there'll be Ted, Hura, over here, cousin, Alec, Helen, how many is that? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? I'll let you know as you come in, eh? All right. So, mā wai hei karanga atu ki te whānau ki haere mai ki rot, te whare kai. Kei awai. So, if you'd all like to stand, and then when we finish, don't take too long because 1 o'clock is when we take our cousin to Whātāpaka. So we will come out at that time. A song will be played for him as the family take charge, lift his casket and carry him out to lead his marae to go to where our ancestors lay at Whātāpaka. Did you all hear down that ene pai ana? Horongo mai? Ka pai. And if you didn't, well, the next one can tell you so. Yeah.
Well, thanks once again, everybody. Thank you for supporting the family and supporting our friend, and for your aroha to Dilworth over many, many years. I'm sorry that many didn't get a chance to express publicly their thoughts and feelings, but you know, we do that often in a private sense. Suffice to say, he's one of life's great guys, and we acknowledge the pōuri that has engulfed the whānau, but also the appreciation of having known him as a man. Ari atu rā te rangatira. It's been a wonderful, musical and whānau-filled journey. So tēnā koutou e hoa. Let's mingle around, talk to each other, hongi out, and come up and see the whānau, and we'll be called in for a kai. Nō reire te whānau, kia ora i o koutou. Tautoko tēnā koutou. Tēnā koutou. Kia ora mai tātou katoa.
People are going to come and grab the cheese. I think they'll.
Kia ora watu whānau. Just to help at the wharekai, for those who are sitting on those little black seats out here, would you be kind enough to pick one up and walk it through to the back of the wharekai? That'll help all of our kaimaki. Just grab a couple of chairs, please, whananga. The black ones, please. One time, Mum came back from Aussie about 10 or 15 years ago. The family lived there in Mum's family. Out of curiosity, we came on the door and then he what answered that phone 40 years later. Yeah, I think it's slated for there we are. What's your name?
And it was Dilworth.
Oh, there it is. There's the rustic cake. Yeah.
So, I'll take a picture of it, eh? Because I looked at it when you were there and I was...
What was it?
I thought it was a 65th.
Oh, it was a 70th. When was it? Does it say on your phone?
No, I just looked at the cake to see if we had a thing, but it didn't. But we've gone to every single one of these parties, so I'm pretty sure that was the 65th.
Oh, here we go.
Retirement time, it was. So you probably remember Darren more than me.
Yeah. It was lovely. And thanks for saying hi.
Yeah, I wanted to, because when I saw your name, I thought, oh my God, because I know you always do birthday parties and everything, we always see you there. So I know. And Darren speaks so highly of you. Darren, I'm gasbagging. He always speaks so highly of you, so...
Hey, bro. Hey. We're just trying to work out. I thought it was a 70th. The years ago.
I thought it was his 65th.
No, you're right. 5 years. He's 75 now. Yeah. It wasn't 75.
No, he's 73.
No, 75.
Isn't he 74 this year? Hang on. Let me ask the AI.
I know my brother, he was like 75, but it was definitely a 70. Anyway, I like the way he was doing past it, because like, the thing I it was a 70. No, it was 100% like once you, but
Do you know the funny thing about it?
It pissed me off. I bring my wife to the weekend. Bill was being Bill just put up with it. The next time we're over, he shut the curtains and he went, no, we're banned for a week, he goes. Because we used to go to this place and watch it at this place. He's the only one who got the sky.
Oh, wow.
So we shoot up at this place.
And we bought a spa pool. When we bought the spa pool, he told everyone that he bought a spa, and we came home and he was in it.
Oh, yeah. Good old
Can we still use the mic for the cutover? Right? Then I've got to do that now. Please. Let's do that.
Te whānau ko riri te kai, haere mai, please go way to the door right at the end and you're going to be ushered in. Haere mai. Eni kai.
Is Trudy's phone still connected?
Is it? That's why it's getting scratchy. Can you connect yours?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Does yours have to be disconnected?
Thank you.
She gotta be from heaven, angel sent from up above. She knows what she wants, she ain't afraid to get it. And when she plays shy, she's the confident to fit it. See, I'm the type of dude who can seem a little picky. And I'm from a small town south of Oakland City. If you that kind of lady who don't try to fight it, cause I wanna talk to you, come and sit beside me. You wanna eat the summer? We'll hit the beach if you love it. Swim or just chill if you wanna. You want me in the fall? We'll let the gentle winds blow. Wait for the sunset, takes its toll. In the springtime, we'll take a walk for an hour. Let my garden bloom while I pick your favorite flower. Hold hands if you want. Keep your body close so the temperature is warm. In this world, a variety to choose from to find a special girl. SA to Philippines, Spanish, Hawaii, Kiwi to Asian. I'm searching for one with skinny or curl. Hair straight in the curl. Your presence is unique, attracting you to me. If I'm moving too fast, I'll back it up slowly. We'll hit the beach if you love it. Swim or just chill if you wanna. We'll let the gentle winds blow. Wait for the sunset. We'll take a walk for an hour. Let my daughter bloom while I pick your favorite flower. Hold hands if you want. Keep your body close so the temperature is warm. Your smile's what gets me through my day. I just wanna be with you. Even on cloudy days, 'cause you know that I'll always be yours. Oh, never too far away. Oh, help me sing you one more time. Will you be mine? Just to tell me, will you be mine? Even on cloudy days, even on cloudy days, you know, even on cloudy days, 'cause you know that I'll always be yours. You know that I'll always be yours. Never too far away, never too far away, baby. Yeah, you need to know I wanna be with you. I just wanna be with you. Be with you. Your smile's what gets me through my day. It's just not you. Oh, I just wanna be with you.
you think it's sin, if you think it's sin, if you think it's sin.
Too much, my bro. Too much. Awesome.
was so long ago. Long ago. Long ago. Was so long ago. If I knew now what I know is in my mind, it's in my mind. Oh, it's in my mind. Long ago, was so long ago. Long ago, was so long ago. I know. Hey. Long ago, was so long ago.
Did you leave some kindness and powers for the
Oh, I
second?
had, well, I don't know, because I had 50 years, that's all I had was
Come on up here. Come on up
No, I'm still because I'll be maybe I'm not.
Just. Oh, that's my brother Walker. Can you play? I'll play. I'm worried. Listen.
Yeah. Oh, no, man.
Please.
Jump on the reggae train. We're gonna ride it on down the lane. I said we're gonna jump on the reggae train. We're gonna ride it on down the lane. We're gonna jump on the reggae train. We're gonna ride it till we go insane.
Then we got the big Yeah, pick up. Yeah, okay, bro.
I heard that was a good escape route.
look after the guitar.
You want that or check?
You got to sing to next.
Yeah, let's go.
You got
Oh, yes. Thank you, bro. Almost the wrong one.
Unless you would have been one of the taste that smells up a little bit. Oh, no. That's the one nice, very nice. That was one night right now. What's the do? I'll listen. Think it like
bag. Oh, because I can't make it. You take that. I use yellow tape. Just I'll give
What's the time?
2 minutes.
I can't see. I still got to put one.
Yeah, take this out. Let's take this out. Yes, you want to give it to somebody else and you
Yes. RDC medals like this. don't want actors inside. Oh, yeah. Oh, now wait a minute. Oh, it was
Are you, oh, you've been turning around when they say, okay, we're doing it. Oh, we asked them to turn it around. It's the top, isn't it?
home again. It's almost what he knows and what all is right for. Broken world and a world of lies. But the days when relationships suffer.
Oh yeah, this is I like Paris.
Don't forget your roots and don't forget your family. Yeah. Don't forget your roots, my friend. The ones who made you, the ones who brought you here. Don't forget your roots, my friend. Don't forget your family. Yeah. Don't forget your roots, my friend. Yeah. Oh, so Jessie thought that she was all there, but she was heading on the right track. Mates at the gate as she walked away. Oh, never to look back again. So she lost what she knows and what all is right for a brand new image in a world of lies. But the days were numbered, relationships suffered. She lost the faith of all those who matter. So don't forget your roots, my friend. Yeah, don't forget your family. Yeah, don't forget your roots, my friend. The ones who made you, the ones who brought you here.